Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Thursday, February the 23rd is race number 2 at Gulfstream Park at 1 1/8 on the turf. It's an optional claiming race for fillies and mares. And as we take a look at this field, I want to remind everybody, head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com, download those free Formulator past performances, and handicap along with us in post position order. And the horse down towards the rail, the number 1 Golden Delicious, a Todd Pletcher cast off, claimed away from Todd 3 starts back. She's got some early speed.
I think she's got a chance in this race. We'll see what kind of, we'll see if she matches up with some of the horses who, maybe have a little more upside than she does. What I like about her is that her turf form is fine, and she has great tactical speed. I mean, she just gets one perfect trip after another in her races, and you know what, a perfect trip would go a long way in a field like this, because this is one of those races, Dan, I don't really like anybody.
She just wasn't good enough 2 starts back, but that was a pretty live race. It produced 2 next out winners, and the 5th finisher came back to take a 1X with an 83 Beyer speed figure. Let's see how Golden Delicious fares on the Timeform US pace projector, and according to the pace projector, Golden Delicious looks pretty good out on the lead in a race where maybe there's not a ton of pace. The question for most of these horses is 1 1/8.
Yeah, I don't know if she wants to really go that far. We'll see. I don't think she's going to be, I guess she could be on the lead in here. To me, she's more of a stalking kind of horse. I thought the Pletcher horse would go to the front one more time. We'll get to that horse in a minute, but this horse, she just gets nothing but good trips.
The Pletcher horse is the 3 Triquita. Timeform US has Triquita in second, but Triquita has gone gate to wire in her last 2 races. We have a formulator fact for the number 1's trainer Angel Medina. Over the past 5 years, older runners, dirt to turf, limited sample, 0-4-22. The number 2 is Quant, going out for trainer Christophe Clement. This horse just missed most recently on December the 18th. Is coming off a little bit of a layoff. You don't worry about layoffs with Clement. And at the end of the day, the horse that beat Quant is in very sharp form for Mark Henning.
Yeah, Somersault, a New York bred who really likes Gulfstream. A lot of good races at Gulfstream for that horse. And Somersault was way the best in that race. Got a little trapped in behind horses, and once she found room, she came, and she was very good in that race and came back to win with an even better performance at her next start. Lightly raced Quant. I liked her maiden win, going 1 1/4 at the end of last year. I thought she ran. It was a slow pace, but I liked the way that she dug in that race. She had a pretty tough trip 2 starts back, I thought. What do you think of that race? First of all, I think the horses that ran first and second in there are way better than anything she faces today. And I thought that she ran well in that race with a little bit of a trip.
I thought also there was not a lot of pace. She was kind of hemmed in a little bit.
Yeah,
she ran okay. And I love her tactical speed. I think the 1 and the 3, like in Timeform US pace projector, they're going to the front. Johnny V's just going to coast in behind him in a great spot.
Yeah, he probably is going to be able to sit that kind of a trip. I would actually like that to see them get a little more aggressive with her, because she has a lot of natural speed, and it seems like this is how Clement wants his horses ridden.
Right, but do you mean aggressive, like
lead.
outright on the lead?
I'd like to see them.
Really?
She breaks. I'd like to see them just go to the front. They're not going to be going fast in this race. I'd like to see them try and wire the field. They won't do it. She can still get a good trip sitting in behind.
As for Triquita, the number 3, 5-2 on the morning line for Todd Pletcher, she has won her last 2 starts. Now, she needed the drop to 35 to win 2 starts back, and she had everything her own way on the lead.
Yeah.
And she came right back against starter allowance foes, everything her own way on the lead. Maybe a little bit more pressure this time around, but Todd's gotten her confidence up. I'm not sure I really buy that last figure. If she runs that race, she's a contender.
Yeah, absolutely. If she can run an 84, she's a huge contender. And I don't know. I'm like you. I don't know if I buy it. I thought that she ran well, though. I thought she ran well in each of her last 2 starts, soft trips or not. I like the way that she finished in those races. It is, Todd at Gulfstream, and his horse has finished down there, and this horse has been finishing. I mean, how did you get 19-1 this horse last time?
Pletcher at Gulfstream?
You don't get Pletcher horses at 19-1. I looked them up in Formula. I should have written this stuff down. It's almost 1,200 starts. Right. That's the biggest price in the past 5 years for any Pletcher winner. And that's him. I think only one other one is over 10-1. I think only one other one.
That's absolutely amazing, and won't be anywhere close to that price. Probably the favorite in our race of the day. Artemisa, the number 4. We have a formulator fact for trainer Antonio Sano. Over the past 4 years with older turf routers, in optional claiming races at Gulfstream, it's a good number from limited data, 30% to 278 ROI. That's the good news. The bad news is that Artemisa's been beaten for 16,000 in her last few races. She doesn't have a lot of speed. She needs help up front.
Yeah, stepping up, and I guess hoping a pace develops and that she can come running in late. To me, she didn't look like she was good enough.
The number 5, Lead Along's been the beaten favorite in her last 2 races for trainer Bill Mott, a 5-year-old mare with only 6 starts on her resume. What did you think of the race last time out? Did she have trouble? The short comment says, await room empty.
No, I didn't think that she had trouble in that race. She was one of the horses in here, Dan. There are 3 of them who were sort of the shorter prices on the morning line. This is the one I like least. We'll see if they bet her again. Her races are fine. They just don't really do that much for me.
The number 6 is Danish Princess, who actually finished ahead of Lead Along most recently in that $35,000 optional claimer, most recently at 1 1/8 miles. She is a solid enough mare that has to improve slightly on the speed figure scale, but she's versatile, and I think recently her style is more take her back, make one run, and it's been effective.
Yeah, it has been effective, but they can do whatever they want with her. She's won from very close to the pace as well and running good races right up on the lead, too. I mean, I think she's a contender in here at probably a fairly interesting price. The horse that beat her last time, it's a shug horse you'll be seeing in stakes races. That horse is good.
You and I liked the dam of the 7 Bygone Days, Sabelina. That was a nice turf horse up in New York. And Bygone Days, his most recent start, she was 41-1. She was sort of ridden like it. She was taken back to last on the rail, and she was never going to win with that kind of trip, although Trujillo gave her a very nice ride.
Yes.
She did probably what she could do. I think in this spot, if she gets more pace, I actually like her stretching out to 1 1/8 miles. I think there's a little bit of improvement here. Bullet workout at Palm Meadows on Valentine's Day. Maybe there's a forward move. She'll be a big price.
Yeah, she will be. She's run a couple of good turf races. I thought she ran. I'm with you last time. It seems like they didn't even try to win. The race 2 back, she didn't run well that day, but she's run better than that in the past. I mean, she's one of those horses at a price you just hope can bounce back to one of her good races.
Hidden Turn's the number 8, and she's a pretty cool 7-year-old. She's won 10 times in her career and has been in the exacta 18 of 39 starts. Now, most recently, she exits a key race. The problem is she didn't do much running in that race.
She didn't run at all in that race. She's also, I mean, she'll run on turf. She's way more of a synthetic horse to me.
Let's take a look at our top picks for our formulator race of the day for Thursday, February the 23rd. You like Quant. We know distance isn't going to be an issue. You would prefer her to be aggressive. I say good luck with the Clement trained horse being aggressive.
I understand that.
But I think you work out a great pocket trip under Johnny V.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled, but I wasn't thrilled with anybody in here. I'll take her.
3-1 on the morning line for the 2 Quant. Mike's going to go 2, 3, 1, and 5. I'm going to take a little stab with the 7 Bygone Days. Lightly raced enough that maybe there's a little bit of upside potential. I'm hoping for some pace up front. I like her stretching out to this additional distance. She is 12-1 on the line, and I'll go 7, 3, 2, and 1. If you're playing the Gulfstream Thursday card from home, $300 sign-up bonus is waiting for you at drf.com/trifecta. Join DRF Bets for a huge bonus. Approximate post time for race number 2 at Gulfstream Park on Thursday, 1:04 Eastern. Best of luck.